We have our players umpire Carlton from Ireland. That's it, nice big round of applause. Our service judge, Serge Rodin from France. Now, can we welcome our players, please? Can we have J.Arends and S.Piek? J.Arends and S.Piek, the number of 5 seeds. Jaco plays doubles and mixed in his world ranking in men's doubles in 35. In mixed doubles, his best world ranking is 44. Recently, he played in the Scottish and Pitt River Opens. S.Piek plays women's doubles and mixed doubles. The best world ranking in women's doubles in 26 and in mixed doubles 39. Now their opponents are today, can we have R.Blair and I.Bankier from Scotland, the number 2. Robert's world ranking seeds in the men's doubles is 20 and in mixed doubles is 16. Big round of applause for Imogen's highest world ranking in the women's doubles is 22 and in mixed doubles 10. Recently, Robert and Imogen won the mixed doubles at the Scottish International. Robert is the World Championship silver medalist 2006 and Imogen is a world champion silver medalist in 2011. Give them a big round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's play some badminton.
Yes, which side here? You stay where you are. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Wel een basisvaardigheid.
Geen hard op.
This is definitely the final we've been looking forward to. Scots taking on the Dutch again. Interestingly, both of them actually quite fresh partnership. Eugene and Bob teaming up again after playing with each other previously when they were both in the TV setup. Now back in Scotland.
My apologies to everybody, just a technical error on my introduction. Microphone was not working, so I'd just like to welcome you all again to the finals here of the Carlton Irish Open Centenary Edition. Mark Phelan and Sam McGee beside me. Sam, as you've already heard his dulcet tones describing the players, and we have a top-level, world-class field assembled for these finals for sure. We have on court right now, we have 2 World Championship silver medalists, and in my opinion, we have probably a future one in the shape of S.Piek. So certainly some of the best that Europe have to offer on show here at the Baldoyle Badminton Centre this week. It's 2-3 Dutch trail. Next matches we will have. The order is a little bit strange today for those who are familiar and follow tournament software. The Dutch are rushing to a 5 p.m. flight. So all 3 Dutch pairings agreeing to play consecutively. There'll be a 20-minute break after the first match to give Selena the break she deserves, of course. And second match will be women's doubles, men's singles, and the final match of these 100 Carlton Irish Open will be the women's singles between Biwin Zhang and Beatrice Corrales. So far, Sam, you're looking at it. I can see you're looking at the match intently. Have you noticed anything, and how do you see this one going?
Yeah, both pairs are just getting into it here at the minute. Trading blows, 4-3, very close to the start. Well, it's going to be a very interesting final. I think once the game opens up, we're going to see some really good rallies.
Traveling up here with my son, and we were talking about the finals, and we were trying to predict winners. And the only one we could predict probably a clear winner it was the last women's singles, where everyone would expect Biwin Zhang to comfortably win. Not because Beatrice Corrales is a bad player, it's just that the American has been playing outstanding this week.
Yeah, she's been really, really impressive. She's gone through the rounds pretty comfortable so far.
This one, very difficult to call. Certainly, my opinion would be that 2 girls would certainly cancel each other out in and around the net once Selena's on her game. It'll all come down how Jaco really deals with the pressure.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Bob has been there, done that, and bought all the t-shirts. So finals certainly second nature to the 32-year-old Scot.
Yeah, it's an interesting final in that respect. The Dutch are young and up and coming, and the Scots, they have their world silver medals already, so they've got the experience. But that counts for nothing in a one-off match.
Yeah. I think the Dutch, as a pair, winner of the European Juniors in the same year that you won your European Junior medal.
Yeah, they were, and unfortunately for them, straight after they were split up. And
yeah.
But it's good to see them back together again. They always complemented each other well as they came through the junior ranks.
Yeah, they have a chemistry. They're very good together, and they're best of friends off court also.
Yeah, that counts for a lot in a partnership on the court.
I remember those days. Jaco, he was a skinny little thing. Not much. Well, he's certainly filled out since those days.
Yeah.
Certainly more of an adult male man about him now. People who are watching for the first time might think he's still skinny, but you should have seen J.Arends about 4 years ago. Dutch really have started this group of players that are together now after all the problems within the Dutch Federation that one of these days I'm going to stop talking about, but because I'm sick of talking about it. But they have all grown, literally fending for themselves and having to do things themselves.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting setup now in Holland. Like they've got all these players coming through. They've got a golden generation of Yako and Yele, and even Iris, Selena, FK Mushkins. They've a lot of good players all around the same standard that are pushing each other on. And even looking at some of their singles players that have gone independent, they're all doing okay. We've seen like Nick Franzman has qualified here. Eric Mize is playing a lot of tournaments. They're all finding ways to do it, which is brilliant to see.
Certainly they have one or two nice young singles players coming through also. Justin Tiawan, Mark Caljou, all starting to perform on the senior circuit. Focusing on doubles as a for Olympics.
I think it must give the federation some belief too when they see that the Yele and Yako and Selena there and the FK Mushkins, they're all doing so well in tournaments. They're really taking the European circuit by storm. They seem to always be finalists, semi-finalists, and winning tournaments. So,
Yep.
when the next cycle of funding comes up, they've got the results back again. And
Yeah. You know what? I just think it's made them more motivated. What you have now is a bunch of players who know what they want. That's a great shot from Yako. Who know what they want, are focused on getting it, and the federation and all the powers that be can only recognize that.
yeah,
Some of the players fell away in the whole shake-up, and maybe they're the players that just didn't want it that much.
Yeah.
And of course, as we head to the interval, it's the Scots with the 11-7 lead. These players, while from different countries, know each other very well. We saw before the introduction of the players, Selena and Imogen having a little chat and a little smile to each other. They've been training with each other for the last month, back and forward to Scotland. Spent a week in Scotland before the Scottish Open. And, we have to remember we're at international challenge level here. Both Selena has won in women's doubles Grand Prix and Grand Prix Gold events in the last 2 months. Same with Bankier, same with Blair. So Yako probably the most inexperienced in terms of outright success, but did win, I think, men's doubles at the beginning of the year to Swedish International alongside Jelle Maas. So knows how to win also.
Yeah, so far it's quite an interesting match. Selena just making 2 mistakes there at the end to give the Scots a bit of a lead. That's fantastic.
Pushing Selena away from the net.
That step forward by Imogen there is just that.
Yeah, look at the
that's class.
anticipation. Step forward.
Finds that space so close to the net.
She reads the game so well. Sometimes makes me laugh the interpretation of the same color rule in clothing.
Yeah.
We see that Yako and Selena sponsored by the same company. Everything is pretty much the same. Different sponsors is certainly par for the course in modern badminton. In doubles for sure, because first of all, pairings are always being split up and changed. The rule is that the base color has to be the same, and I think the Scots are certainly pushing the definition of that rule right to its extremities.
I just think the difference in this match at the minute is Imogen's just playing a little bit better than Selena and winning those couple of extra points in the net, and that's just the main difference. No really long rallies so far.
Poor return of serve. Yako. This game's starting to drift away from the Dutch. only won 1 point from the last 8.
Here we go again. Imogen just stepping in, taking that shuttle so early. It's just a little bit difficult for the Dutch because they're taking it a little bit later than they would like to be, and then you're lifting to R.Blair in the backcourt, and that's where he loves to play. Brilliant smash. Brilliant smash with R.Blair.
The attack set up mid-rally by the little cross-court cut to the net.
It's the variation he has in the backcourt makes him so dangerous.
Super again. Blair looking very, very comfortable on court.
I think he enjoyed that point, the smile on his face. A little trick shot, and then he just followed forward.
19-8 lead for the Scottish, and certainly can afford a little trick shot here and there. Short term, all about the Commonwealth Games for the Scottish. Superb smash again. See it on the replay. The lift from Yako.
I don't think it gets any better than that, Mark. That's exactly where he wanted that shuttle to land.
Oh, it's all coming off for R.Blair and the Scots, who take the first game 21-9. I don't think any of us saw that one coming by that margin, Sam, but it's certainly R.Blair 1, S.Piek, J.Arends 0.
Yeah, for sure. As they say, the man's on fire at the minute. But interesting, the match they played against each other in I.Bankier, it was the same. The Scots really, took them apart in the first set. But the Dutch just stayed calm, played their way back in it, and won it in 3 sets. So I think some people might write them off now, but they're very much still in it.
Yeah, and this is what I like about the Dutch, as you can see them on screen. You can see Selena is the leader. She's a very, very strong young woman. And in a situation like this, with no coach, they've been doing it now for so long, they're well used to it. And the chemistry that they have as a pair on and off the court gets them through these situations sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. It's an interesting point. You can see like they have some other Dutch players here, but even that they still decide just to chat amongst themselves and find a game plan that's hopefully going to bring them back into it.
I certainly wouldn't fancy being a coach. Staring Selena down the barrel of the gun, trying to tell her what to do. Remember, if you're watching out in internet world, use the hashtag CIO for any of your tweets, and we'll get on the Twitter machine, give you a shout out if possible. Keep them clean, of course. We've had some choice tweets coming in from what I saw over the last couple of days.
Brilliant. Brilliant by Yako. This is better by the Dutch. They're just taking a small chance on everything now. Rushing forward, trying to get earlier, forcing themselves forward. That's making a big difference.
J.Arends tweeting yesterday, looking forward to the men's and mixed finals tomorrow, which is today at the Irish Open. There's 2 more to go. Some people commenting on the strange order of play on Twitter. The reason for that is quite simple. Selena, who was organising all the flights, thought that the final started at 10 o'clock, so booked a 5 o'clock flight home. The finals were originally start at 1, but the organisers, to be fair, are trying to accommodate the Dutch, move the finals forward by 1 hour, and putting the 3 Dutch doubles pairs on one after another to try and get them on that flight. But as luck should have it, well, luck should have it for the Dutch players, not the rest of the people travelling around Europe. There's been massive delays in Europe this morning by some technical fault at one of the air traffic control centres in Heathrow or somewhere in England, which is causing huge knock-on delays all around Europe. So that's the explanation if you're querying the running order today. Seeing anything different from the Dutch in this second game, Sam?
Yeah, they've taken more initiative to go forward and try and get on that shot early. Jako's especially moving a lot quicker. Just out that one.
Yeah.
Good rally, very good rally. Probably the best rally of the match so far. See Andy Bowman there, the Scottish coach, just trying to get some tactics across. I think he feels this game's changed a little bit at the start.
And Kirsty Gilmore sitting beside him. Kirsty probably finding it strange to be sitting down in her normal civilian clothes on a finals day.
Yeah, for sure.
Certainly one of the former, most exciting players, best talents in singles we've had in Europe, and also trying our hand now with doubles alongside Imogen. Going to qualify for the Commonwealth Games, which they should do comfortably. Superb shot from Piek, starting to find a little bit of that Piek magic.
I think that's the difference you see there. She's just taking a chance. She's running, hoping that Bob's going to play it there, and when he does, she just takes full advantage of it. And again.
And look at, all of a sudden you see the body language from Imogen. She's a little bit frustrated. As I was saying about Kirsty, I think from just a short chat I had with her yesterday, I think fatigue is starting to set in from maybe just 1 or 2 tournaments too far.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can overdo it with tournaments, and of course a lot of the players are playing league games too in between the weekends. They're not playing tournaments.
That's right. She was down in France playing for Chambly. No, she missed the French league actually, because she went to play women's doubles in Welsh last week.
Of course, Jako and R.Blair are teammates in Germany.
Correct, of course, they both play for Berlin.
Sometimes you find it interesting when you see these big stars play together.
Yeah.
Because often everyone has to play with their fellow country.
Yeah. Berlin, of course, the Bundesliga, reigning Bundesliga champions in the German league, defending their title this year. Pretty much, I think, the same team except for Schenk. Schenk is no longer at Berlin.
Yeah.
I think they brought in Linda Zichiri there at singles. Is that correct? Yeah. So still a strong outfit. The Dutch straight back out, Sam. They're having their little chat on the court.
11-4, complete turnaround. But you can see the intensity is 2 levels at least up from what they started.
Yeah, but I have to say, you called this. You said it. They did it at the Bitburger, and now they're trying to do it again here at the Irish.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it's their game plan, but it's just the way it's turned out.
Yeah.
Sometimes Bob and Imogen's quality is just so high, it can be hard to deal with. The longer the game goes on, you have to start favouring the Dutch more. They're both so quick when they can keep it going for long periods.
Small bit of indecision, but Jakob still
Oh.
sat on the net cord. sat there, had a cup of tea, and then decided which day it was going to fall, which side it was going to fall. You'll see it on the replay. Oh, so nearly went over. The weight of the cork just brought it back. Cork ain't heavy. Selena just starting to get on top of the net against Imogen.
The speed of her movement right now is, you know, her feet are always in position. That's her there. That's Selena.
That's her, sure.
Dutch just need a few more points to keep the Scots down in this set. There we go.
That was a good smash right in at the hip, right hip of R.Blair. See it on the replay. Oof, difficult. Maybe just a little bit slow on his feet. Veteran Scotsman taking the initiative in this rally.
Just trading point for point at the minute, Mark. So
Well, I think the Dutch will be happy enough to do that.
for sure.
They've got a commanding enough lead in this game. Won 6 points in a row, you'll remember, which really set them up for an assault to take this match into a deciding set.
Play for the Scots. I think this is where they can be dangerous. Imogen serving. Bob covering that space just behind her into the midcourt.
Short, that lift. The lifts are getting shorter.
Great rally here.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's fantastic. Good constant pressure there from the Scottish attack.
See it in the replay and then the final smash. Right into the upper body of Arends. A little bit flat actually from Blair. Power on it. No chance for Jaco.
10-13 now. Scots
Yeah.
making their way back into the set.
So he had 3 points in a row. Won 6 of the last 8 points, I think.
The big difference now is you can really see Robert Blair's base positions further up the court. You know, he's really taking those shuttles early. Maybe it's not such a bad idea for the Dutch to focus on the backcourt now. Get it past them a little bit. The last 2 flicks for the Scots have been punished. 1 shot by Jaco. Great
Change
defense.
of direction. Yeah. Oh, and that's a poor error from Selena. The great work from Jaco.
Jaco plays those hard defense shots really well, like moving them all the way across court. Very natural technique in his arm.
Decent crowd here watching these finals. Reasonably good crowds all week, probably more than I have seen in previous years. Probably justifying the move to Saturday finals,
Yeah.
midweek, early round matches starting on Wednesday instead of Thursday. I'm all in favour too for these sort of afternoonish Saturday finals. I think it's your best opportunity to get a few people through the door.
Yeah, I agree. I think the players appreciate it too.
Yeah,
They
it's
can-
easier play. I think you're not just waking up and having to go and play an important final. You have a chance to have a good breakfast and
Yeah, of course, recover from a long week's play.
Yeah.
You can see like all these players on court at the minute have been playing 2 events, and Jaco actually has 2 finals today, so I'm sure he appreciates that extra
And Selena.
recovery time. And Selena, sorry. Completely forgot. Imogen very close as well to 2 finals. Had a really close encounter last night in the ladies doubles with the Malaysian pair, along with Kirsty Gilmore.
All of a sudden, they're back within 1. From a position of dominance in the early part of this set, the Dutch are now a little bit shaky, but that's good play.
This is definitely the kind of game you wouldn't mind going to 3 sets because the quality so far has been very high.
First match from Jaco. Down steep at the forehand side. Bankier was really superb. See her bending her racket in frustration.
Yeah, although it may look like a bad error, like it is the right shot.
Yeah.
She has to try and go there and take Imogen on. And normally in most games she would play good quality in that, but tough situation, 17-15. They're leading by 2 points, but they're 1 set down.
Certainly we're seeing a lot of the flick serve being used in this match, or this set more than the first, but this time going short. Aggressive return from Selena. Wide of the tram line. The Scots back to within 1 again.
Selena just making the last 2 mistakes. Maybe the Scots will try and target her now to find some more.
That's a
Great
super return.
Brilliant return.
Yeah, right now, you just said it, Sam. Selena is normally the consistent, the one you rely on in that partnership. Right now, it's Jaco is doing all the groundwork. Another good serve from the Dutchman. He's probably carrying Selena in the last couple of points.
That's the small difference. Jaco went for the same return before, executed to perfection, gets the point. Robert just out. It's a small margins for error. Again.
3 quick points in a row takes the Dutch to game point. Oh, how did he get that back? Good concentration for Bob. Was he had every right to think the rally was over with that backhand smash. Block. Should be killed, yeah. Cross court from Blair.
Jaco's cross smash just got them in trouble there. He could have went at Imogen straight, but he decided to go cross on Robert, maybe try and catch him off guard, but Robert was more than ready for it.
Nervy time for the Dutch. Had 4 game points, just 1 remaining. Oh, this time, but it was set up by that nice return right down the middle. Sometimes very difficult when they return it right down the middle of the serving pair when they're back to front. But in the end, I think just about deserving that second game. A different Dutch pair in that second game, Sam.
Yeah, for sure. You could see at the start. It was really the start of the set that won it for them. They were really quick, taking chances going forward. Even Jaco coming forward, killing on the net. Made a really big difference.
Yeah, they won 6 points in a row early in the game, which really set them up. Some nerves Scots getting back to within 1, and then the Dutch with 4 game points, squandering 3 of them, then finally taking it. I think as is the norm between these two players at this point, we're into a third set.
Yeah. And this is where it becomes interesting.
Yeah.
Each pair have kind of had their set where they've played their better badminton. It comes down to third to see who can. It's going to be small tactical things now, I think. It's going to make the difference.
I think from now on they just might as well just play one set.
Yeah.
They always share the first 2.
Here we go, ready to start the third set. Where do you see it going now, Mark?
Impossible to call, I think. What I can see is, I think it's crucial for the Dutch that they get a good start. I can always, even if they got a good start, you can never write off the Scots to come back from, 6-point deficit. I don't think that if the Scots got a reasonably good lead, 5 or 6 points, that the Dutch would have the whereabouts to come back, that far against them. So for me, it'll all depend on the first, say, 5 or 6 rallies in this match, in this final game, and that'll tell us a lot where we're going in this set.
I would 100% agree. The Scots have that ability just to win quick points and win them in a row. It's important the Dutch stay steady, don't give away these cheap errors.
Just like Selena did there.
Simple error.
Jaco loves that little return. Do you call it? How do you describe that return of serve?
Yes.
Taking it very flat, just not even mid-court. It's almost like a net return, cross-court at the net.
Yeah, he's just pushing it across. He's keeping it safe as well, it's not close enough to the net to be in a danger, and it's not close enough to the backcourt player to be easy for him to get on it. It's his placement on it that makes it so dangerous.
Certainly had some upsets this week in all the other competitions, but everyone expected this to be the final in the mixed doubles.
Yeah, these two are the form pairing at the minute.
You came up against the Dutch, the quarterfinal, was it?
The quarterfinal, yeah. They're playing really well, very few errors, and both are really in form at the minute. They've got that confidence from their tournament wins. Even in the mix, they've been playing really well in a lot of tournaments.
For me, it was certainly great to see them back together. I always liked them as juniors, as a pair. I couldn't quite understand why they split them up. I did get some sort of an explanation, believe it or not, from Zhu Haiwen at the when we were commentating together at the Scottish, and they just felt that that Jaco needed time away. He couldn't handle the pressure all that well after the European Junior win, and felt that he just needed a little bit more time to develop. It's almost as a man, because Selena has this confident swagger about her, and Jaco just maybe wasn't capable of going along with that sort of development that Selena was already showing.
Yeah, I think it's good enough even, but I think they also, more so Selena, learned from playing with more experienced players. And sometimes that's the best option. I think if you look across the net, when Imogen was younger in the GB setup, she learnt a lot from playing with Bob.
Yeah.
And then in turn they both split up, played with different partners, and they're back together again. But when you're a young player, coming through in doubles, great job. The biggest thing you can do is play with someone older and more experienced. Makes a big difference. Something we don't really have in Ireland. There's no tradition of older players still hanging around that have played at a high level. So, but for the bigger countries, it's a big advantage. You can learn from some guys that's maybe been on the tour, played high level for 10 years.
Agreed, 100%.
Big recovery to Jaco. Lovely shots there.
Though I'd like to think it had a little bit of something to do with them coming back together, because certainly with their new sponsor and the breakup of the deal that the federation had in the Netherlands, the Dutch players free to go and find their own sponsors, and their current sponsor was certainly interested in both of these players, but only as a pair. So I put that to them about a year ago, a year and a half ago, whatever it was now, I can't remember. And I think they only, we didn't need to ask twice about them coming back together. I think it was already in their minds anyway. But the little bit of financial support from a new sponsor has helped them certainly for sure. One thing's for sure, they've been earning nice bonuses over the last couple of months. So looking good now for the Dutch.
Yeah, it's very beneficial for both them and their sponsor there. A good advertisement.
Sometimes the problem in this hole, you want to lift it really high and get it deep to the baseline, but you just can't do that with the height of the roof at times.
Yeah, I don't think you don't really realize how low it is until you actually go to play it, but it's probably just a little bit.
It's under the regulation to have a special dispensation here to hold this tournament with in singles or in any event that if you serve and hit the roof, it's a let, you play again. But if you hit the roof mid-rally, it's a point away. But that aside, I have not seen the roof been hit once this week. So last year I know Olga was here, and man, her serve comes down with snow on it. And she said, "Oh, I can't come back there again." She just kept hitting the roof.
I think I seen one in the men's singles match. It was Pablo Abem was playing Peter Donker yesterday in the semi-final.
Ah, okay.
He was really going for some height on his lifts.
The other thing I have to say, because I was very vocal early in the week criticising the standard of the line judging, certainly these last 2 days there's been a remarkable increase and improvement in the standard. I don't think any of the players can really complain for the last 2 days. So well done. First of all, the organisers for sorting it out.
Yeah.
Secondly, the line judges taking the crap and getting on with it.
There's been no complaints so far on the lines.
All complaints, of course, straight to Richard Vaughan and Richard Vaughan at badmintonireland.com. Still nip and tuck, as we say.
Just can't split these two pairs up, really.
Imogen certainly had the opportunity to scamper back there to get that, but she looked over her shoulder, expected Bob to be there. Chip in charge from Bankier.
Fantastic guy. Fantastic guy.
You could sit here and watch 10 sets of this, no problem.
It's fantastic badminton.
It's the interval lead for the Dutch, and this is a carbon copy of Bitburger, losing the first, coming back in the second. Not quite taking control of the third, but leading in the third for the Dutch.
as the Dutch have the lead here. These third sets, you can see these leads just evaporating very quick.
Things tend to get a little bit edgy. You
Yeah.
start to see a little few. I wouldn't quite call them unforced errors, but they're more nervous errors coming. But I think if Jaco and Selena, they have this calmness about them for such a young pair that they can feel that they can get another quick 2 or 3 points.
Yeah.
After this interval, they will be confident that the terrible short serve or flick serve was very short.
Not punished though.
No, not punished.
The Dutch turn it around.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. There's the Dutch.
Certainly, Robert will feel that flick serve should have been put right back in the head of S.Piek.
I think he actually didn't realise. I don't think he was expecting it to be that bad of a
Yeah.
serve. When it came to him, nearly too nice.
It's like the normal occasion. You have an easy net kill. There's that double action.
Sorry. Is it?
Always out. Double action return from I.Bankier. Played so effectively this week.
That's the danger. It's either it's all or nothing. It's going to be a winner or. Good angle.
And the Scots needed that one for sure. 4-point lead for the Dutch.
Oh, Selena not ready there.
Carl O'Farrell in the chair, of course, our BWF accredited Olympic umpire. It's amazing. In Ireland, they call her Carol O'Farrell, but when we're abroad, foreign, they all pronounce her Irish name, Carol E.R.E.L. or whatever it is. But he says, "Why did they do that, Carol?" I said, "Well, they just can't pronounce it in Ireland."
R.Blair just leaving that one. It's landing in. You can just see it here.
Yeah.
It's well in.
Well in with a little bit of side spin. Getting edgy for the Scots.
Great return there to R.Blair. Took it very early, put a lot of pressure on it. Points needed here now for the Scots. They need to start scoring, getting the scoreboard turning again.
Oh yes. S.Piek doing to I.Bankier what I.Bankier is normally so good at, anticipating the shuttle, reading the shot, pushing it back down the line.
Speed. Just starting to feel, Mark, it's not going to be the Scots' day. Dutch don't look like giving this one up.
Yeah, I'd certainly agree with that, Sam, but I'm really very aware of not to write Scots off. Even at match point down, you do it at your peril.
They've got to make their move now.
Yeah, I do agree. It's really a run of points now, or it's never. Jaco, old head and wide shoulder, just trying to take his time and break up the bit of momentum. Again, I love that. That was a decisive call from the line judge. A nod of the head from Carol in the chair, and no questions asked then from Imogen.
Yeah.
Flick.
Well left, we go there. Quick turnaround there. And again, got another chance to serve their way back into it.
Oh, and that's an error. And that's could be a costly error, Sam. You know what? I've been impressed by Yako today.
Yeah.
I'm normally looking at this pair, and in a post-match interview, I'm normally talking Selena, and Yako is always saying, "Oh, Selena was so great today and carried me." But this has been a phenomenal display by Yako. Another error from Robert, and certainly turning out to be the Dutch pair's day.
I think when you look at the Dutch, I think it's together as a pair, they're so effective. Because we look when Yako played with Ilse Vassen, they had some success, but not as much as this. And even Selena had a lot of success at mixed, but with Yako, she's found that consistency.
That easy net kill should have taken the Dutch to match point.
Let's see if the Scots can.
Maybe is that the little bit of luck the Scots need. Oh, Aaron's fantastic. First of all, the defensive backhand shot, but then being so aware and putting the shuttle back over the advancing R.Blair. And it's match point on the serve of J.Arends. Oh, fall call against the receiver. You could see it. I was going to say it. Imogen moved before Yako even hit the serve. I was actually going to say that's a fault.
Yeah.
And right call for sure from the umpire. I think Imogen knows it too. I don't think she'll have just nothing to say about it. But in the end, carbon copy of Bitburger. It's the Dutch who win 21-13. Well done to them. Stay tuned for a quick interview, and we'll be back with the next match on court women's doubles after a 20-minute break, of course. F.U. Muskins and Selena Peek again against Lin and Ern Ing of Malaysia. First echo of the Bitburger match, I think. And what emotions? How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, we're really happy, of course. 2 weeks ago we lost to this pair in Scotland. It was 2 straight sets. So now, yeah, we're very happy, and this is our first title since we're back together. So yeah, we're delighted.
That was my first title. That's that puts a sweet taste in your mouth.
Yeah. We lost 2 weeks ago, so we knew it was going to be tough. After the first game, their speed was so high, and we struggled a bit with our defense. But in the second, I think we played really well, and we found our game back. And I think the third, we had a lead from the beginning, and we never looked back. So it's good.
Sometimes, Yaka, we stand here and we talk about Selena and how good she was, but we were commentating in the box today, myself and Sam McGee, and we had to say that you know, your display today, and I think Selena will agree, was probably the best we probably have seen you play. You were absolutely dominant. Once you got into that game, and coming up against R.Blair is not an easy thing to do. You got to be happy inside.
Yeah, I'm very happy. We played a lot of times against each other, and we're also playing together in Berlin, so we know each other very well. And yeah, I'm very glad I found my game today.
A strange order of play we have here. I know you made a little bit of a mistake on your flights, but you'll be glad to know there's lots of delays at Dublin Airport. But Selena, I know you have to go and prepare for women's doubles because you're coming back on the plate.
Thanks.
Oh, you play.